What's up guys? In this video, I'm going to show you the criteria that I use to screen my tenants. My name is Dan Cohan, and I'm a Kansas City real estate investor who just purchased my second property. First off, special thanks to Rent Redi for partnering with me on this video. Guys, if you want the best property management software that's going to help you with all of your tenant screening needs, including credit checks, background checks, verifying income, collecting all the data that you need to do a proper screening on a client or on a tenant, and get all that information, do an app totally automated. All you got to do is send a link to your prospect and they do all the work for you. You're gonna need Rent Redi, guys. So if you want to get that, go ahead and hit the link in the description below. Use code DAN20 to get 20% off your subscription, and let's get right into my screening tips. Okay, there's gonna be three main things that I'm gonna look for when I'm screening a tenant. Number one being their credit score. So if you use a tool like Rent Redi, you can do a credit check through the application, and you're gonna go ahead and get those scores back. Now, different people, have a different what they look for in a credit score, but even people with bad credit can still work for a property. It just depends on why they have bad credit. So pretty much anything above like a 660 or something like that, you're probably good to go. But anything lower you might want to look in, and on a credit report, it's going to show all the reasons why they have bad credit. So maybe they have a lot of consumer debt or something like that, but they pay their rent on time every single month, and they've never been evicted or never had a late payment rent. Maybe they're still good to rent from. That's going to be up to your decision. But I know in some areas of the country, like, people have really bad credit. Maybe in lower income areas or something like that. So you just have to take it into account when you're evaluating people. Another big thing to look for is foreclosures or late payment of rent or evictions are always a red flag. I'd be very hesitant to rent to folks like that, because they can't, for whatever reason, they couldn't even make their most, basic payments, and that it may happen to you. So, but on the flip side, I actually have one of my roommates. He was evicted from a property. He had a story pretty compelling on why he got into some bad situations. And, for my situation, he wanted to be a roommate and stuff. It was, month-to-month lease, and he's still with me. It's been 8-9 months. It's been awesome, an awesome experience for the both of us. So, you just got to take it and just really, do the next things that I'm going to tell you real quick with, how to screen your tenants. So the next thing right off a credit check is actually a background check. Now, that's pretty self-explanatory. Just making sure that their background check's clean, or if they have any, criminal history, just seeing what that is. And again, guys, make your own decisions. Personally, I probably just rent to people with clean histories, but you can, go and do make your own decisions. All right, guys, so one of the biggest things you're going to look for is the income. So a good rule of thumb for this is your prospective applicant needs to make a minimum of 3x the rent amount per month, or all of your applicants combined. If they're going to be, say you have a couple living together, a married couple or something like that, and they both have incomes, they need to be at least combined 3 times the rent amount. So if the rent's $1,000 a month, they need to be making at least $3,000 a month for you to be pretty reasonably sure they're going to be able to pay the rent. Now, just following up on that, guys, make sure that you verify people's income. Most people are pretty honest, but it doesn't hurt to have a little bit of searching and making sure and verifying. All it takes is a quick phone call to their workplace just to make sure they're there, make sure they work there, make sure everything's legit, and save yourself a lot of time, effort, and headache on the back end when the rent doesn't show up the second month. Another thing to look for, even if they have a job, is the type of work they're in. Try to rent to stable people with stable jobs, and not people that maybe have a bit of more fluctuating pay or something like that. Just use your best judgment, for whatever area you're in, but just, you want to make sure that you're renting to some good, stable people that are going to pay the rent on time. The last thing that I like to do with a prospective tenant is actually interview them, just real casually, nothing formal, just, usually in passing, perhaps when showing the property, or maybe on the phone with them, and just kind of get a feel, ask them questions like, how long do they plan to stay? What do they like? What do they like to do? Why they're moving? When do they want to move? All these things will kind of give you a picture into their lives, why they're doing the things that they're doing, what kind of person they are, and if you can, you definitely want to try to, like the people that you're renting to. It's not always necessary, but, if you can have a relationship, if they feel like you're getting a good vibe from them, if they're going to be good, solid people that are going to take care of the property, those kind of things, that's really important. Especially if you're doing something like, renting to roommates or something like that, it's really important that you guys at least like each other, have a mutual respect. And you just want to make sure that, you're going to be able to get along because, you guys have a business, you're going to have a potential business relationship and, you're dealing with people's houses and where they live and stuff like that. And, you need to make sure you're on good terms. So guys, if you're liking that, please hit the subscribe button down below. So guys, that's all of my tips. If you like this, go ahead and hit the like button. If you want to have an awesome software that's going to help you screen tenants, go ahead and get Rent Redi in the description below. Link in the description. Use code DAN20 to get 20% off your subscription. And with that, guys, I will see you in the next chapter.